Let's make bagels. Okay, so what you'll need is 2 cups of warm water and 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And you'll just put the yeast into there. I'm using a tablespoon because I don't have anything else. Now you put in a tablespoon of sugar to the warm water and yeast. This is what's going to help it activate. And mix that around with a fork. I do not use a whisk because it doesn't seem to work well. I use a fork and it gets it all broken up. And then I put the lid on it and I place this over by the oven that I have preheated so that it can set. And I've put my flour into a bowl now. I use this King Arthur bread flour. And now my yeast is ready and it is foamy looking. That's how you know. And I have melted a fourth of a cup of butter. And I make a little hole well into the flour and I pour the butter into that. And then I pour in the yeast mixture. And get a wooden spoon and I mix it together until it's ready for me to put my hands in it and start kneading it and forming the dough. And now you'll just use your hands to form the dough. This is a little messy. You can wear gloves, but I don't. This is for me and my family. And you just keep mixing until the dough forms a ball and you're ready to take it out of that bowl to knead it some more before letting it rest. And now I'm going to go get some more flour to put on my board so that I can knead this dough and form it into a dough ball to let it rise. And you'll just knead this for quite a few minutes until the dough ball is formed and it looks like that. Then we place that back in the bowl and get some olive oil and drizzle that over the top and in the bowl. Normally I do the bowl before, but I forgot, so I just did it right there. And you just wait and you can go watch a TV show. Now my dough has risen and it's ready to punch. My favorite part. Pow. Now you will put it back on the board that you have put flour on so your dough doesn't stick to your board. And you will knead this for quite a few minutes until it is ready. It will be nice and soft. You'll poke it and it'll come right back to form. It's nice and soft, and I use my tool here to cut the bread or the dough in half, and then I cut that into pieces. I got about 5 pieces of this. Some of my bagels were a little big, so this does make about 6 per half and makes about a whole dozen of bagels for the whole dough ball. And I just round this into a little ball, kind of like a dumpling. And when it's ready to form, you move it around in your hands. And you start going around in a circle and making a hole in the middle. And you can make this hole pretty big because when it cooks and it rises, um, that will come together. So you can make that much bigger than that. And now you boil your water. And once that's all boiling, you place your bagel in there and only a few seconds on each side for this step. And you'll do that with all of them. And then to get the top to look the way that they do, you do the egg wash all over it. And I use everything bagel seasoning. You can use seasoning or no seasoning. You can add things into the bagels before forming them. Do whatever you want with these. Bada bing, bada boom, you got bagels. Enjoy.